on his farewell appearance. And Kieran Cunningham, Brian McDermott, that is the spirit that is in this game. They are enemies for 80 minutes, but there is such camaraderie off the field.
Certainly is, Eddie, and I must say, what a classic game this has been.
Sensational final. Sensational.
One of the best. Bailey just urging the fans on. Boy, the celebrations over in Yorkshire will be absolutely massive.
Well, St Helens are haunted by the Leeds Rhinos. James Graham will be glad to get on the plane and go to Australia. He won't be facing them in the grand final again. But these young players who have carried Saints colours so brilliantly this year, they will keep on going in 2012. But the champions are the Leeds Rhinos. An outstanding team performance. They had to come from behind. St Helens, of course, they lost a couple of crucial players to injury, but there is the man of the match for the second time, and it's Rob Burrow who's with Rod.
Rod, well done, man of the match. There's a bottle of champagne. I don't think that'll last very long tonight. Let me tell you first of all that every single member of the media here tonight voted for you as man of the match. It was 100%. It's never happened before.
All right, well, I'm humbled by that. The boys were fantastic tonight. We really dug deep. It's been a tough season, but you know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
The try you scored in the first half, they're calling it the best try ever scored in a grand final. Let's ask you first of all, was it the best you've ever scored?
I don't know, it's probably the most important, but I don't know about the best try. I don't really care about tries, but the win's the main thing, that's the main thing.
The break in the second half and the dummy for Ryan Hall's try was crucial, wasn't it?
It was a big turner, but you know, all credit to Saints, they put us under a lot of cost there, but you know, the character in the team would never give in, and you know, thankfully we've got another ring.
Well, you've got £100 for the charity of your choice. Where will that go for us, Rob?
That's going to the RTS, my mate John.
Well done, Rob, well played. Kevin's here. Kevin, may I be the first to congratulate you on captaining 5 grand final winning teams.
Awesome. What a night, what a season we've had. Our boys were outstanding again. Thanks to all our fans. I know that the time in that second half we're really struggling, and Saints were well on top, but they didn't give up on us. They kept cheering. Thankfully we had enough to come back up.
Kevin, Gary Hetherington called your win at Warrington the Rhinos' finest hour. Do you think this is actually the Rhinos' finest hour after that amazing comeback when the game looked lost in the second half?
I'm not sure. You know, there's a lot of emotion running through. Like I said, what a year. Who'd have thought we'd have come here tonight? After everybody written us off, come here and win this, and whether it's our finest hour or not, the lads all put their hands up tonight, and really pleased and proud of them all.
When you lost at Catalan, I don't think anybody would have given any hope of even being here, let alone winning. That's turned out to be a very important result in a strange sort of way, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It weren't just Catalan. There were a few places where we got a good hiding. We got our bottom smacked, and it took us a while to get going, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And thankfully, we had enough today.
Thanks, Kevin. A truly great achievement. Well done.
Thank you very much.
A fantastic achievement, because he has led Leeds to 5 grand final victories in 8 seasons, has Kevin Sinfield. And they're so right to track things back to that day in July, and we were there with them in Perpignan when they were beaten 38-18 by the Catalan Dragons. Their top 8 status looked in jeopardy at that moment. And there are 2 great warriors of this game, Jamie Peacock and Brian McDermott. And Rob Burrow goes up. 37 journalists here, and 37 journalists voted for that man as the Harry Sunderland Award winner, as the man of the match. And Brian McDermott, how much does he deserve this moment? He has had to keep the faith from start to finish. McGuire and Sinfield and Burrow, they've been the heartbeat of this Leeds team over the summer here. Referees getting their medals and mementos of this big day. Steve Ganson, the reserve official. Andrew Haig, the man from the Engage Mutual, who finished their sponsorship of this wonderful competition this year, and they have certainly saved their best final to the last. He's alongside Richard Lewis, and that's what all the fuss has been about since the beginning of February. Deserving champions, Phil, from 5th.
Of course, that's the rules, everyone knew it. None of the players, the fans, all the coaches have any complaints. The competition's been completely accepted. And congratulations to them. Just a word again for Saint Helens, you know, they are a remarkable club. They keep getting back here, although they haven't won it. Tomorrow morning, some of their staff will be taking their under-16s and 17s on a tour to Australia. They've done it now 4 times. And so many of the players who are playing here today will actually go on that and come back and play in a grand final in 4 and 5 years' time. Their forward planning is exceptional, and I think we've got to pay credit to just how hard they work as a club in continuing to develop young players like Tommy Makinson and Lee Gaskell.
I don't think any of them are particularly interested in yet another loser's medal in a grand final. They've tried now 4 times in a row to get past the Leeds Rhinos, and they've suffered heartbreak each and every time. They lost Wellens, they lost Shenton, who of course has not featured in this presentation ceremony.
It certainly had an effect, Eddie, but I think the fact that it will be a bitter pill to swallow is that they knew they raced into a 16-8 lead, and perhaps it looked as though the fortunes were going to change the thing, and the man of the match was the most important, Eddie. Rob Burrow turned it all around.
Well, 37 votes to 0, that sums it up really. There he is, yet another winner's ring for these players, but a first for Zach Hardy. And any minute now, and Ali Lauatiti says farewell as John Wilkin looks absolutely crestfallen. Ali Lauatiti says farewell with a grand final winner's ring in his pocket and the title of champions of the Super League 2011. And Danny Burderus heads home to Australia with exactly the same. He won in Australia 2001, he's won in the UK 2011. Kevin Sinfield, interviewed by Rod, has now got his breath back. Here he goes.
Thank yous from me. I'd like to pay credit to Saint Helens. What you've done the last 6 seasons is remarkable, and you're a great club with a bunch of great players. Thanks for a great game tonight. Thank you to the match officials, thank you to Sky Sports, and thank you to Engage for his support of Rugby League over the last 10 years or so. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Leeds Building Society, Escrow, Leeds Met. Thank you very much. To all our coaching team, Graham Mack, to all our players, especially the guys who didn't play today, our squad members. Thank you, it's been a pleasure. To our fans, you're the best in the world. Thank you. And last but not least, to all those people that wrote this team off, to all those people that criticise this team, tonight's for you. Thank you.
Well, he's had that speech to do many times. That was passion. And Leeds are the champions of 2011. A fantastic moment. They were outplayed for 20 minutes at Wembley. Since then, they've never looked back. I know they lost the Challenge Cup final to Wigan, but for an hour they were the better side. And through this playoff campaign, Steve-O, they have been a champion team.
Yeah, sometimes when you're being classified as the underdogs, having no chance whatsoever, and their performance, as you say, in the latter part of the season has been outstanding. They will celebrate and have every right to do so. In the early part of the year, of course, they had the problems with Jamie Peacock and Danny McGuire, who were injured, but as soon as they started to regain their fitness, it was Leeds, and the performance tonight was superb.
And Brian, we have to take our hats off to them. It was just, well, from start to finish, it was champion stuff.
Look, if that's the way you build a season, St. Leeds and the Rhinos have just shown everybody how to do it. Terrible start to the season by their own admission. They built and believed in themselves. tight-knit bunch of players, very, very disciplined, very eloquent players, never any trouble coming to the Leeds Rhinos club, and that's a just reward. You get the Leeds haka led by Jamie Jones Buchanan.
Yeah, the Leeds haka, you're right. And so many British players in this Leeds team, so many British players in the St Helens team. A fantastic finale to another wonderful Super League season. That's what it means to young and old on this wonderful day. Leeds Rhinos, 32-16, doesn't tell its full story really. Saints weren't that bad. Leeds are champs.